What's up, guys? Only Use Me Blade, and this is gonna be kind of, if you guys have seen the video, the deep talk, this is gonna be kind of a deep talk. This is also gonna be your Sunday chill commentary. This is also gonna be your dosage of San Andreas on your Sunday evening. I don't know. So this video is gonna be a lot, and obviously you guys are gonna see the long thing. And also, another thing I just recently discovered is like, okay, so when I play San Andreas, I have to concentrate. It's like I'm always having to do stuff. I'm in the game, and video games are kind of an escape anyway from real life, you know? And so what I decided to do is for this episode, I decided just to play the game, play for like 40 minutes or whatever, just focus. That way I can provide to you good gameplay, and then I could do the commentary over it. And so I think it might be better. Let me know if you guys think I should keep on doing this. But basically, what, as you can see by the title, death reminds you to live. When topics that need to be talked about come into my life, they come into me in swarms, and it's really, really eerie. And like, the one thing that I don't enjoy is death. Well, no one enjoys death. And I'm not trying to make light on the subject, but I'm going to kind of tell you a couple things that has led, like death's been prevalent lately, man. Like, my, one of my best friends, his mother is in the hospital, and she's like not waking up. And so like he's dealing with having the female or a lady in his, the one major lady in his life. Your mother's is the main lady in your life, you know? And you know, he's dealing with the possibility that she might not live, and it's like really creepy. And I thought about like, man, when my mom, you know what I mean, my mom, I think will outlive me. Not outlive me, I think I will outlive my mom. And I don't know, she's been kind of like sending me like my mom started working at a funeral home, and she actually works at the same funeral home that my dad's buried at, which is like really, really weird. Like I think that's unhealthy. And then like she sent me a voicemail the other night, like super late, and she wanted me to buy my own burial plot. And she was asking me, do I want to be cremated or do I want to be buried? And I was just like, first off, I was like, man, that's crazy. That's psycho, you know? And I understand what she's doing. Like she's, it's really funny. She thinks that I make like a ton of money off YouTube, and I mean, it's never a good idea to discuss money or whatever. But like she thinks that I make just a shit ton of money on YouTube, and that I have just like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that's not the case at all. So she thinks that I should just buy a bunch of plots, a bunch of stuff from the funeral home, and then, but for her to say, hey, could you, like, put yourself in my shoes, having your mom come up to you and be like, hey, do you want to be buried or do you want to be cremated? It's just like, but I'm not dying though. Like, I don't think I'm gonna die anytime soon. I don't know what she's talking about for the future and stuff like that, but it's just like, it's just really, really odd, you know? I'm gonna lead into the next part of it. Basically, about a week and a half ago, I was at work on a Tuesday night, and the female bartender, at least she was hella cool. She was just like, and she always calls me Boo Boo. It's so funny. It's just like, hey, Boo Boo, how you doing, Boo Boo? Like that, you know? And I don't know, she keeps me grounded, and she's just a cool ass chick. Anyways, she was like, you know, you look tired, you look hungry. Do you want me to make you a sandwich? And I was like, make me a sandwich. Hell yeah, that sounds awesome. And so she goes into the, you gotta think this is a bar, you know? So she goes into the back and she makes me a sandwich with like turkey and ham and all this stuff on it, you know what I mean? And I ate it and it was bomb. And then I had like a salad with it, which is really, really good too. And the reason why I'm even saying this, and this will lead into what's going on, after that, I went home. I think I might have done some editing on a video or whatever. It's, you know, and then I ended up going to sleep. And so when I went to sleep, I was basically having a dream, and I never remember my dreams. But for whatever reason, like this one, I was living like vividly. And what it was I was in my car, I was in my Cadillac, and it was about, I remember it was about 1:45 in the morning. This is all in the dream. And I was in my hometown, which was really weird because I was with my girl. My girl was in the passenger seat, and we had to go. We were going like from one party to another party or whatever. I more so wanted to spend time with her, and then she wanted to be like power couple, meeting up with everybody, going to these parties. And it was a situation where she was just like, "I don't think you can make it to the sit down, officer." She was just like, "I don't think you can make it to the store in order to buy beer." Like we needed to go buy beer. I don't drink beer. Beer's not my thing. If I do drink alcohol, I like taking shots. So that's very odd in itself, but it's a dream, and you just kind of go along with it. And in the dream, my car, like because of my system, my car electrical system, it like shut off. Like I don't know if the engine like revved too low, but like it like shut off. And so then I couldn't steer the car, and I thought I was able to steer the car. I tried to start the car as the car was still going, and it didn't do it. And it basically we came up on a tree, and the car basically got engulfed by the tree, and the tree went straight to me, like through my brain in a way, and then it like resorted back and forth. If you guys have seen the Trippy episode of Grand Theft Auto, the episode I have called Trippy episode. And just how things are just kind of like bleeding, like basically the world is bleeding into you at the very, very end of the episode when the train thing glitches out. That's what happened, and I thought I died. And I really went, like the last things that kind of went through my mind was just, man, this is weak. I know that sounds really, really stupid the way I'm even putting that, but I was like, this is how I'm going out. Like this can't like. I was watching Bill Maher, and they were talking about people say they don't want to live forever, but then ask that same person, some people say I don't want to live till I'm 100, but ask that person when they're 99 and a half, hey, do you still want to only live till 100? They're going to say no. You know what I mean? Let me go to my notes, because I've been thinking about this commentary for a while, guys, so I actually put some notes. Like, I don't know, just like death is just like kind of seemed around. And the only thing, here's the thing, like I can contemplate everything, but like the whole thing about death is just like, it's the only thing we don't have that Rubik's Cube solved yet, and it's kind of scary in a way. Because think about it, like, have you ever been in a situation where you go, man, if I were to die right now, what legacy would I leave? Like what would I leave, if anything? And am I supposed to leave something? And then the thing with the Cadillac, the thing with me crashing the Cadillac, which was scary, was I lost my second Cadillac because of alcohol, but it wasn't me driving. What it was is that we went way far out of our comfort zone. Me and my buddy, I'm gonna leave him nameless, just for legality reasons. Basically, we had gone out like probably like about 45 minutes up north of where we live. We had lived together at the time, and I got really drunk, and he had a couple drinks in him, but he wasn't drunk. He was more so tired, and so he was driving my car. And what I used to have is a 90, what was it, a 94? It was a 94 Cadillac DeVille. It was white with the blue top, and it was really, really nice. I really, really liked that car. Even though my new Cadillac that I have, even though I love it, I don't know, there's something about that one that I really, really enjoyed. And it was really, really low miles, too, because I bought it from an old lady. But, so he was driving, and I was passed out drunk in the passenger seat. And, from my perspective, this is what happened. I wake up, and he's like, Riz, we gotta go. And I look up, and I'm just like, we're not home, bro. Take me home. Like, you take me home, sir. And, the fucked up thing about it, he's just like, dude, we can't. Look at your fucking hood. And I was like, fine. So, I get out. And, guys, I really wanted to make a point about this, because this is one scene that I really, really like. But let me just continue the story. At one point, the guy says, I'm actually turning the sound off for the whole thing, but then the point when he says, oh, everything but my blade. I'm in a chopper gunner, gunship, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This is actually me checking to make sure I'm even recording. Like, I was just like, I want to get this clip. But I think this is more prevalent of what's going on. And so he's like, we got to go, we got to go, we got to go. And I'm just like, nah, dude, because the hood was up on the car. And I'm like, so I get up and I go out and I try to shut it and realize that the car had been caved in about a good 8-9 inches. And he had hit a light pole. And the light pole was gone, but he had hit it. And so I was still drunk. Like, I was in like a drunk stupor. And like, here's the thing. We all know this move. When you wake up and you're like, okay, I'm going to get some water, or you're going to do something in the middle of the night, and you do it, and you do things in such a way so that you can go back to sleep. You don't want to fully wake up, right? Stupid phone. So I'm like, yeah.
Man, that hurt. Damn. Lost everything but my blade.
1 second, guys. That's the part. There you go. And so I thought that I was just going to go back to sleep and wasn't grasping the whole severity of the situation. What had happened was he was driving the vehicle. It was rainy. It was late. He was tired. Like, I don't snore unless I've been drinking. Apparently I was snoring something vicious, and he kind of like looked over at me. And what he did is he kind of veered off the side of the road. He uprooted a light pole, and it had gone about 10 inches into the engine bay of my caddy. And the light pole, it uprooted it, and the light pole came over the car and smashed down on the trunk and cracked and basically hit that King Kong style so hard that popped open. And without getting too much into it, it wasn't a good idea. I.e., I don't think he had a license at the time, or his license was suspended for like 2 previous DUIs, and I was drunk, so it was just a bad scene, and we dipped off, we ran. So, yeah. So basically, and then in the morning, what happened is we basically called every single tow company and asked about the car. It was really weird because they were like, well, do you have a police report? And I was just like, no, bye, we'll talk to you later, bye, And so finally we found out where it was. I made him do it. I was just like, fuck you, dude, you owe me a Cadillac. Like, what the fuck? Like, that was a completely paid for Cadillac. Everything was fine on it. It had like 70,000 miles on it, and you fucking totaled it. Like, it was fucked. And yes, the whole idea of we, you know what I mean? Like, the whole idea of we lived and this and stuff like that was prevalent, yeah, but there's still a part of me, and that really strained the relationship, because it's just like, you fucking owe me a car, dude. Like, you owe me a fucking car. But, the only reason why I brought that up, because it's like, it had a lot of reminiscent memories of being in a car accident in a Cadillac. I just foresee that happening. And then the reason why I even brought up the whole what is it called, the reason why I even brought up the whole situation with the sandwich. I know you guys are like, why is he telling me what kind of sandwich he's eating, is because when I woke up, I woke up at like 7 o'clock in the morning, which is early because I didn't get to bed until like 4. Like, I didn't even lay down until 4, so I probably didn't get to sleep till like 5:30 or 6. And I woke up at 7, like, sweating. Like, I thought I died, you know what I mean? And that was obviously a dream. And I think I even made a tweet about it. Like, I was that rattled, but I made a tweet about it. And this one person hit me back. That's the one cool thing about Twitter is a lot of time it's just like, it's just kind of pointless nonsense, as far as like stuff, info. And then every once in a while someone who actually have some knowledge, and I forgot. I'm sorry whoever sent me this information, but they're saying they said no. No, he said, was there turkey and ham in the sandwich? And I'm like, yeah. And he's just like, well, that's it right there. You, like there's some chemicals in there that allow you to vividly remember your dreams. And so that's what happened. I'm just like, are my dreams about death? Because, like, I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like I'm retired. Does that make sense? Like, honestly, I feel like I'm retired. Except for the whole me working at the bar thing, which I'm going to quit that shit, dude. That shit's getting old. And I don't have to do it. The money's crap. And I just don't enjoy it. I'm going to quit the bar. I got to. But the thing is, I need to find something else before I quit the bar. That's just kind of going on with my mind. Another thing is like I think that some people are already dead, and I know it sounds fucked up, but like I think some people are already dead, but they're just kind of going about life like going through the motions. I never want to do that, you know what I mean? Like one thing that scared the shit out of me, man, is I went to my my boss, who I'm hella cool with, who no longer works at the bar. It was his birthday. This was several weeks ago. And when I went out there, I went out to Seattle because they went to Seattle. And, like, my boss is a little bit... I'm 28. My boss is, like, 31. Awesome dude. And all of his friends are all, like, married couples. I think this part's hilarious. This part reminds me of... I don't remember what this part reminds me of. Basically, when I end up... We're supposed to have this big sword fight, and then... sword fight with dudes. Gay, gay, gay. So... I ended up the easy way to finish that mission is just to shoot the dude. Fuck it, which is funny to me because I'm only used to be blade, and the one part where they encourage you to use a knife and like pull out a gat and shoot him. But when I was over on my boss's thing, I was just like, man, these people don't have lives. They don't do what they want to do. What they do is they raise their children, and I understand that some people like to be mothers and fathers, and I get that. But it's a constant thing, and it's just like you're not living your life. You are doing it in such a way in order to do well for your child's life. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that scared the shit out of me, man. Like, I want kids. Like, I do want kids. I think it'd be awesome, man. But, like, at the same time, when I see... like everyone, like a lot of the people that are my age, because I got Peter Pan syndrome. I'm still a little kid at heart, but I'm 28, you know. Like so my girl like had her family, not her family, but she had like a birthday party with like friends and family. This is the part where I'm just like, fuck the katana, boom, headshot, first blood. But we went out to this like this state park, and they were doing like this birthday for the kids, and there's piñatas and stuff like that. And every single one of them was like, either it was husband, wife, and a kid, or a husband and a kid, or a wife and a kid, or whatever. It was all of them. Their main focus was to raise their children. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's amazing. Like, I hope to do that someday. I really do. But at the same time, it's just like they don't have a life. Their life is providing for another life. So that's like going to like cash and carry or any place, or like a Checkmasters, or any of those places where you go basically do your check. You're like, I'm not going to have... I have a little bit of money. Everything's cool. But I need to borrow some money to make sure that my kid is good. So what you're doing is you're not actually living your life. You are providing for the next life. They were walking around like zombies, man. To me, that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of zombies. Like people walking around like they were dead. Another thing that reminded me of death was there's this comedian called Jim Jeffries. If you guys haven't heard of him, here's the thing, man. It's you have to be accepting a comedy to listen to Jim Jeffries. And what I mean by that is if you get offended easily, I don't think that most people that listen to my commentaries get that offended, but like I'm just getting like this. If you get offended by anything about religion, there's a part in the Jim Jeffries, I swear to God, where he basically says you're a douchebag to if you do these things, and he named off like 5 things I do. And was I offended? No, it got me kind of thinking though. You know what I mean? Like he's just like, are you over 25 and you still go to He goes, if you're over 25 and you still go to a club, you're a dick. If you drive around with a car, he goes boom, 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 you're a dick. And he says all these things, and it's just like, I kind of fall into that, but I'm not offended by it. You know what I mean? Like, some people think that's offensive. And he started talking about religion. And he started talking about how he's an atheist and when he's going to die. And he had this weird thing about him where he's just like, when I die, I'm going to fucking die. That's it. I'm not, he's like, stop being a child and thinking you're going to go off to some magical place. I'll have you guys listen to it, but what he did is he fucking accepted it. He was just like, I'm gonna fucking die, so what? Whatever. I'm over it. And he just accepted it. And it's just like, when I die, do I want to just like accept it? Like, am I gonna be there and I'm gonna be going, like, let's say I know I'm about to die, right? Like, let's say dying's coming. Like, there's two types. There's like surprise death, which is super weak in itself, you know what I mean? But then there's also like, there's death which you know it's coming. Like, do you make sure everything's settled? Do you fucking just do everything that you wanted to do beforehand? And also, like, when it comes to that point, should you try to stay alive or do you just want to clean it up? Like, if it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna use a car analogy. Like, you know how you might love a car and then you've had it for years and it starts breaking down, it starts costing more to fix than that. And I know it's a horrible analogy, actually, now I think about it, because you can't equate a car to a human life. But also at the same time, a human life's not more important than a car, because really, how important is a human life if you really think about it? I don't know, man. It's just... What's Cadillac, Scene, Bar and Zombies, Death and Sandwich with the Turkey. I mean... I don't know. And then, like, so I've been contemplating. I was like, I want to make a commentary about this, but I don't want to, like, I don't want to fuck it up, you know? I want to make sure that this is appropriate so people understand. Like, I'm not suicidal at all. That's not the case. But, like, the only thing that I haven't dealt with in life, I think, like, honestly, the only thing I haven't, like, life's curveballs that it's thrown me and I've been able to deal with it, I think I'm in a good place, is death. And I think the reason why is because, like, back in I say 2002, there was a moment of calm that I had where I was living up in, I'll say Linwood. I was living up in Linwood and I was living on the water and I was working at Best Buy and everything was awesome. Like, everything was good. You know how you prepare for life and you try to get everything going, and everything was good, man. And I was sitting there, and I was staring out the window at the water, and there's a slight drizzle coming down, and I was just kind of soaking it in, and I was like, this is too good to be true. This is amazing. But now I've gotten here. And what I mean by that is, for video game analogies, you know when you finally get that 10th prestige in COD 4 or whatever, when you finally get that, and then you're just kind of walking around. There's a moment in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas where that exact same shit happens, where you get to the end of it. You get to the end of it, and you're kind of walking around and going, was that it? What now? And it's a really weird, eerie feeling. Earlier, I said that I feel like I'm retired, which is, I think, what's prompted a lot of, like, this death stuff that's been going on in my life. Because normally in a situation when you retire, when you're done doing whatever job that you need to be doing, or basically, like, I feel like I just kick it. Like, now I'm 28 years old. I'm not retired. You know what I mean? But I feel as if I'm retired. And does that mean that I'm closer to death? I don't think so. I think what that does, though, is that I could take it for what it's worth. Like, I could tell you all the stories in the world, but if you're not going to listen and grasp it and use it, then what's the point? So what I'm trying to say is this: is like death, or the bombardment of death that people are, that I've just been receiving in droves recently. I think it's more so a reminder of that you need to live. what the one thing, and this is going to seem very, very odd, the one thing that did absolutely super prompt me to make this and realize, yeah, I've been thinking about this for the last week, and I definitely want to make a commentary about it, is the fact that when I took this gameplay and I imported Windows Movie Maker, it takes a second for it, not a second, but it takes a little bit to import it, especially a 28-minute file. So I was like, okay. So I checked on YouTube, and there was Small Beans. I think it was Small Beans and Moody Sweet. I think it was Small Beans, and he says amazing montage, basic montage he didn't make, but you should check it out. Click the link. I went there and watched it. At the very, very end of it, it says, "This is my final Call of Duty 4 montage. Even though I love it, COD 4 has to die someday." And it's just like, the thing that's fucked up is the reason why we don't like the COD 4 hackers, because you're taking something so beautiful and you're shitting on it. And I know, like, I didn't even really want to talk about video games in this commentary, but the COD 4 hackers, guys, fuck off. Like, we get it. Come on. Like, not cool. Too soon, dude. Too soon. So, I don't know, man. Like, and then there was, what's that movie called when they're in the prison? The Shawshank Redemption. He's like, you need to get busy living or get busy trying. I had, like, changed it and gone to that one part of the movie, and I was just like, man, maybe all this stuff, maybe I need to, this is going to sound super cheesy, maybe I need to carpe diem and kind of like seize the day, and like make sure that I do it better than the last time. So like the death part, like we'll handle that when it comes to it. But in the meantime, all that means is that you just need to get busy living. Like, you need to kind of attack the world. Like I text that to my girl like almost daily. I'm like, all right, baby, go attack the world. I'll see you at the end. I don't know, guys. So that's just kind of what's been kind of going through my mind. I wanted to bring you guys some Sunday chill commentary, some Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Let me know if you think I should keep on doing this, where I do the thing where I save the mission, where I basically just record me playing and have it as a backdrop, so I can sit here and talk to you guys. So that's been your San Andreas. I don't think I'm gonna title it. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Whatever. But obviously, it's gonna be what it is. And I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I'm only using my blade, and I'm out. Peace. Love you guys for real.